All right, question of the week. I
Okay.
realized I don't ever ask you a lot of things about Pokemon. When I realized earlier in our relationship, early in our friendship, um, we really connected on our love for Pokemon. We were
Mm-hmm.
doing a lot of the
Right.
Pokemon goes, especially whenever we met up. I never
Yeah.
asked you though, if you had to have, let's say, a starting three, six a lot, three Pokemon in this world. So we're not in the Pokemon world with
Uh-huh.
badges and Elite Four, all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. You're in this world, this regular
Okay.
world, but Pokemon do
Okay.
exist. What
Mm-hmm.
three Pokemon would you want for your everyday mundane life?
Charmander, for one. Charmander and Charizard, the whole evolution has always been my favorite.
It's
That's always
Charmander.
been my
I
favorite.
got it.
Yeah, it's always been my favorite. Um, ooh, Ditto.
Ditto. Okay.
Um, I'll give you the reason in a second, and then probably, probably Squirtle. And this is gonna sound for a reason, and this is gonna sound weird. So let me start off Charmander because I always love Charmander.
Okay, go
I always
ahead.
love Charmander's. Well, no. Let me get rid of Squirtle. Um, let me get. I just
Bombastic
thought about
side
that.
eye.
Let me. Well, it was for another
If
reason.
he says Jinx, oh my god.
Yeah. No. Because can't. Can we do Mewtwo? Can Mewtwo be?
You can be whoever you want.
I was thinking because Mewtwo has some powers
He does.
that could make some things.
He can like travel around for you.
Yeah.
He can put people under mind control.
Genjutsus.
Genjutsus.
I'll go with like Mew or Mewtwo or whichever evolution. Probably Mewtwo. I'd say
Yeah.
Mewtwo. But so Charmander won because Charmander's always been my favorite. I've always loved the evolution. That's would always be my starter Pokemon. Like if we went to the Pokemon world, I wouldn't catch a Pokemon until I found a Charmander. And two, Ditto, because if we're in this world, if my Ditto is loyal to me, I can make my Ditto transform into me and go do things for me.
Yeah.
Like go to a job or go to, whatever. Like shit, make money, go hustle. You know
I mean,
what I'm
but
saying?
you remember like when Ditto did that, it always like this. It was like just two dots for eyes and a smile. That was like
Well,
the
sometimes.
face.
So in Detective Pikachu, it wasn't.
True. Yeah, I remember that.
So I mean, in Detective Pikachu, it was, and that's in the real world technically. That's a live action Pokemon. So, but I choose Ditto for that specific reason. I won't talk about any nefarious reasons.
We're not going to get into those reasons.
We're not gonna get into those reasons. No. And then the reason why I was gonna pick Squirtle is for just like water and shit. You never know.
Water
I don't
travel?
know. You know me. I'm a big. Well, no, more so big like survivalist guy. You know my side passions.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So,
Squirtle
like
would
for
be pretty
water.
useful. Yeah.
Pretty useful. But then I was like Mewtwo because Mewtwo got powers and you can use those powers for shit. So like you could do mind control. I'm pretty sure there's a. I'm not super knowledgeable about Pokemon. I know quite a bit, but I'm pretty sure Mewtwo has other powers where he can like create things too. Like he has a power to create stuff, if I remember correctly. It was from like one of the games. I don't know which one it was, but he has the power to create stuff. And I'm like, if you can create from molecules like Adam Eve, then you can create whatever the fuck you want.
I mean, the Pokemon world's low-key overpowered. Like, in the games, they limit Pokemon to just 4 moves. But, like, if you're watching the shows and watching the movies, these guys were pretty much creating worlds. Like, Arceus, like, the god of Pokemon, they created dimensions. So the shit gets pretty wild in Pokemon.
Or I get a Zapdos just to fucking be a god amongst men.
What are you, Zeus? What do you plan on doing with that Zapdos? I am your god. Kneel to me, Zapdos. What are you doing out here?
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
That's pretty solid. You're pretty quick on it.
What's going on, Otakuans? Welcome back to
up?
another beautiful episode on this Sunday. Happy late Thanksgiving. I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. Before we get into it, please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. We're almost at 100 subscribers. Big time goal for us. We need 5 more. So if you're watching this, 5. That's all we need. 5 of y'all just hit that subscribe button. Content will continue to get better, continue to progress. We're out here doing it for you guys. We're not getting paid to do this. So please just subscribe to the channel. We love you. So we're gonna hop into some news real quick. We got a few things to discuss after that, but first we're gonna get into the news of the week. So I put for the news of the week, I put a good one on top and a good one on bottom. I'm sure you know which one they are.
Okay.
So Don Machi season 5 is coming back,
Fuck
confirmed.
yeah.
I'm fucking all
Fuck
about it.
yeah.
Don Machi, yeah. Is it wrong to pick up a girl in a dungeon season 5? I'm all about it. I'm pretty sure I finished it, if I remember, because it was the whole part where they were underground and they were like, my man's was fighting for his
Yeah,
life.
yeah. When him and the
Like,
elf girl was fighting for their lives down there,
fighting for their
I'm
lives,
pretty sure
bro.
there's no way you would have put that down and not finished it.
I'm pretty sure I finished it.
Yeah, yeah.
Am I wrong? Is there a little connection between, there's a connection
Yeah.
between them, right?
Well, yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely,
okay.
most
All
definitely.
right. I'm not,
But I did hear next season is not gonna be as action packed as the previous season. So if you're really fucking with the dungeon fighting for your life pretty much every episode, you might be slightly disappointed. But Danmachi
I'm
is
okay
a
with that.
long term light novel.
Yeah.
Like we already
It's
know,
a
this
it's a
is
life.
multiple
It's a
stories
lifestyle.
going on. So
Yeah.
we are going to be focusing on more on like the god families I hear from
Yeah.
in the next season, which is good because
I
we're
mean,
progressing.
this show is all about the life of him. If he's fighting for his life for an entire season, you think he's not gonna jump right back into it. He is the type, he is the archetype, but he's like gonna go back, gonna refit, rest up, train a little bit. Like this man literally has almost died a million times in that dungeon. Like he's gonna train up a bit, so it's gonna be a little bit slower pace because we're watching the life of somebody. This isn't a quick 12-shotter anime where it's just all action and then we defeat the demon lord. We'll never come back for another season. Have fun. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? So,
You know what
um,
I just wondered? Why don't we ever talk about Belle Cornell? Like not just us specifically, but
yeah.
most folks don't talk when we talk about anime shonen protagonists, guys getting down in the dirt,
Hell,
fighting for the life. We want to talk of
you know why?
Midoriya and shit like that. And what's his name? Deku Midoriya is the same person. Asta from Black Clover, but we never talk
Asta.
about Belle Cornell. What's why
I
Belle don't
think
get no love?
one because I think is it wrong to pick up a girl in the dungeon or Don Machi, just shorten that. I think Don Machi is in the darker corners of anime more so for the bigger fans, if that makes sense. I
The
think it's
more
more for
distinguished
the
fans.
for the high class, for the higher class of fan. And I think one also because Bell is really just a human. He does have some skills, but if we think about it, like he's still constantly fighting for his life. He's not top 5 protagonists. You know what I'm saying? He's the strongest. Like he's very strong, but he still can't beat old girl that he's been trying to beat, that he's in love with, whatever, even though he's now gonna probably be with that elf girl. But he still can't beat old girl that's been training him because he's always wanted to be on her level. He's still not at her level. And even her, if you compare her to other protagonists, she's definitely not the strongest. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So he's he's more of a realistic protagonist, and so they don't ever put him in versus battles or put him in top tier protagonist because he's not broken, and that's what mainstream fans like are these broken protagonists, if that makes sense.
I got you. I got you. He still deserves his love, though. I'm just
He
saying.
does. He deserves it. I told you, is it wrong to pick up a girl in dungeon is what got me into dungeon style animes and guilds and shit. So next, so Togashi, the creator and writer of Hunter x Hunter, revealed 4 case endings. And this is really suspicious. He said, in case I'm not able to finish it. So he revealed 4 endings, scenario A, B, C, and D, that how Hunter x Hunter could end, and his words were, in case I'm not able to finish it. So is he sick? Is he gonna quit? Is he, because I don't know what's going on with that. That's a little weird. Most people don't just reveal those endings. Of course, the internet is a buzz. Reddit is a buzz about those endings, and people are like, "No, you should change this, and no, you should do that." Like, I'm pretty sure he's like, "Nah, these are the 4. Like, shut the fuck up. I gave you 4. Stop complaining." But everybody's obviously like, "Oh, this is bad." Like, "Oh, blah blah blah. These scenarios are terrible." Like, no, but you're not gonna make everybody happy. So I don't know what's going on with him.
Did you read any of the endings?
Yes, I can't remember them verbatim
You
though.
read all of them?
Um,
Oh shoot! I've only got to
yeah.
read the one. So the first, when the news first dropped, he was, and it was like, oh, he's gonna reveal his
Hmm.
endings. He dropped one of them first, and it
Yeah.
was his bad ending, the
Yeah.
one that he know fans aren't gonna like. But if things play out in a certain way where he can't write more, this is the ending most likely that will fans will receive. And
Right.
honestly, it sucked. I was like, okay, is this the ending? What are we doing here? So if there are A, B, and
He
C, which
revealed
are
4. Yeah.
supposedly better, I want to read them.
I
I'm
think
probably
if I
gonna be in the
remember,
same boat though. This sucks, but
I'm pretty sure
that'll be better.
C. I think C was my favorite one. The third one. I think the third one was my favorite. If I remember, I'm not gonna like. One, I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all who are watching. Just go read it. It's everywhere you can find it. And two, I don't want to say it because I don't remember it verbatim, and I could be
Hmm.
mixing some stuff up. So I'm not gonna do that. But it is kind of weird that he's like, I'm not gonna if I can't finish this. So we'll
I mean,
see kind of
he's
what the
being
coming
realistic.
months.
He's
Yeah,
the same guy who stopped for a year and a half on Hunter
yeah.
x Hunter, and then came back suddenly, wrote for a few more months, and then he disappeared again, and then
He
he
might be
came
going
back
through some
again.
medical
I
issues.
mean, yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely going through medical issues. But again, his wife is the same one who wrote Sailor Moon, and
Yeah.
they've even had talks that she would pick up for him in
Yeah.
an event of his passing.
Probably
So
finish. She'll probably pick out one of those scenarios and
yeah.
then fucking just finish out the book. So
But
that makes sense.
he's a great author to have multiple endings picked out. And hey, these are the endings, so deal with it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You can
Deal.
complain all
Fucking
you
deal with
want,
it.
but you're gonna choose one of them, or you're gonna get one
Deal
of them.
with it. So My Hero Academia is coming out with an OVA. The OVA is going to be the UA Heroes Battle. It's coming out on Crunchyroll on November 30th. So those of y'all who are big My Hero fans, um, there's going to be a UA Hero Battle on Crunchyroll on November 30th. I mean, I'm not a big My Hero fan, but for those of y'all who are My Hero, they're getting a cool new OVA because not much is happening with y'all show right now, and that's cool. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Shade, okay.
Uh,
I like My Hero. I'm not a huge
Excuse
fan,
me.
but I do like My Hero. Shit, I play the CCG game itself. Doesn't make me a bigger fan, but OVA. I don't. I mean, announce the anime. I don't. I don't want an
Yeah.
OVA. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah. Hey.
Announce the next season because the manga is good. It has its ups
Yeah.
and downs. It definitely has its ups and downs from what I've
Yeah.
seen, but it's progressing. Give us another
Yeah.
season. What are we doing? Don't give us a
Yeah.
fucking OVA
Yeah. Yeah.
or whatever.
Um. So I don't know if you've ever watched this show. I actually really like this show, but Tower of God is
Mm-hmm.
returning on July 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So Tower of God is really good. Personally, it was something I found later after it came out. One of those like, let me go back and see what some older animes that have already dropped, and that's when I watched the first season of Tower of God, and it was pretty good. I really like the show. But for those of y'all who are big Tower of God fans, it's coming back in July.
Oh yeah,
So we
Tower
got
of
to know
God
where.
is definitely a banger. It's interesting story. Tower of God, God of High School came out around the same time too.
Hmm.
Both of
Yeah.
those are manguas, and they're really what actually got me to find Solo Leveling
Really.
because I was like, oh, I saw this anime. It only had one season. I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Let me go
Yeah.
find the manga, and then I found out it's a manga, so I had to go find the manga. And then I went down this whole little path of reading manguas. I picked up a few of them. I found Solo Leveling, read the whole thing, and then found out Solo Leveling is coming out with his new anime. So
Yeah.
honestly, Tower of God is the one who
2038.
opened the door. It's really weird because people said they hated both Tower of God and God of High School. They hated
Really?
the
That's crazy.
adaptations. So they say God of High School honestly just had a pacing problem where it was just
Really?
running through things rather quickly. And honestly, if you love high paced fighting, bang bang bang,
Yeah.
it was awesome. But for the people who like read the manga, they were like they're
They want it
skipping
slowed
so
down.
much information in between. They're just getting to the
Yeah.
and it had great fight scenes, and I think that's
Oh
what the
yeah.
anime really capitalized on. But for people who were looking for a good adaptation, they hated it. And when
I
it
think
comes to Tower of
yeah.
God, they just feel like there was a lot of like development of the characters that was left out, and they just honestly felt like it just fell flat for adaptation. But honestly, I
Yeah.
watched it before I read it, and I was like, this is really good. I want to read it.
Yeah.
But then reading it, I was like, oh, okay, they did leave out a lot of information.
I think God of High School, they more framed it as a battle archetype style anime
Yeah.
instead of just sticking with the story. They're just like, we want this to be like a uh, Records of Ragnarok, if you will. Like throw people in their arena, let's have them fight. You know what I'm saying? I do kind of wish there was a little bit more story in between it, because I know that in the manga there was a lot of story in between it, because what they were leading up to was a big deal, but they didn't give any information leading up to it. It
Beforehand,
just
it
kind
was
of
like,
happened.
what the
It just kind of
fuck is going
happened.
on? Yeah.
Yeah, like it just kind of happened where this god character comes out of nowhere, and then now all of a sudden our main character is can tap into the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? So it got kind of weird at the end, but I see why they're saying that. I liked it though because it was just actiony. I was
Yeah,
cool with
yeah,
that.
definitely, definitely.
So it is what it is.
Throwing hands to your
So
knees.
it's yeah. So last but certainly,
I don't even know what it is.
certainly not least, Iron Blood Orphans coming out with a spinoff. I'm all
Oh
about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's called Urder Hunt, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's originally based off a video game. The video game was poor. It's more. So the creators of this spinoff were pretty much saying that they're using it to fill in a lot of the blanks that were left in the game. Now, the game is obviously not popular
Yeah.
because I knew about the game because I'm a big IBO fan, but I never played it. I don't know anybody who plays it. I've never seen it on any social media platform. Like it's obviously not popular, so the game was probably doing trash.
Mm-hmm.
But them coming out with a new spin-off show of it to fill in some of those cinematic, scenes in the game, I'm all about it. Now, it ain't gonna have Mika in it. If it does, it's cool. If it doesn't, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think so. I
But
think I saw that little
yeah,
girl, maybe. His little
yeah, there
girlfriend.
was
I think I saw her
yeah.
in
There
trailer.
was I'm pretty sure Urda Hunt is after the events that happened after their whole after their whole scene or whatever. But there is a trailer out right now, so if y'all want to see the trailer, you might have to go on X or slash Twitter and go to, I think the Japanese developers are the ones that posted it, so it's all in Japanese, like even their descriptions and everything.
Hmm.
But you can watch the trailer for it. So I'm super excited about it. Of course, I'm gonna watch it because one, it's
Of
Gundam, and then
course.
two, it's Iron Blood Orphan spinoff. So I'm excited about
Yeah,
that.
I'm
So
interested to see how it goes. I heard the game failed, but they really wanted to get this story out there. So I'm going to watch it because I thought Iron Blood Orphans
yeah,
was lit, and if they go on the same path, it'll be good. But if they trying to change it up into like a different type of story, which might actually happen because they're saying this is a
yeah,
spin-off, not a continuation of the story, then
yeah.
it might
We'll
suck.
see.
So we'll
We'll
see.
see.
I'm going to watch regardless. So we'll see.
I'm watching regardless. Okay, so I got a top five for you.
Okay.
All right. So I need your top five brain. So top five, okay? So these are gonna be top five animes watched this month. And I've compared them to multiple lists, so it's not just like one random website I went to where it could be wrong. I've compared them to like five different sites that we both
Mm,
pull our news from,
mm.
and they're only off by one, but the other ones, so there's one, I guess it would be the number three, is different than the other four. So I went with the other four, obviously, because that would, majority rules there. So, but top five anime of that have been watched this month.
Can I just say five, or do I have to get like the placing as well? Like number one, this, number
Just
two, this.
you don't have to do the placing.
Okay,
Just
okay.
just give me your guess, and I'll
Um,
tell you if it's on the list.
JJK is definitely on the list.
Number one,
Number
season
one,
two specifically. Yeah.
JJK season two. Oh, because I know
Yep.
JJK season one's on the list too, but it's lower, probably like seven,
Okay.
eight, something like that. One Piece, we know One Piece up there.
Nope.
You're a liar.
Not number five. Nope.
Number, you're saying it's not
not
top five?
Not top five. No.
That's wild. I don't know where you get your information from.
I pulled it from I did it specifically when I was looking this up because One Piece isn't in the top five. I knew you were gonna say something, so I looked it up from multiple websites and it's not top five.
Every website I go to is
One
always
Piece
top
one
five. It's always
One
number
Piece is
one or
number
two.
six.
That's crazy.
One Piece number six.
You doing averages. Some One Piece hating sites.
Sure.
Jesus, what's Christ? What's left? Freeren's up there.
Farron's number two.
Eminence and Shadow season two.
Number four.
It's true. I feel like Ragnar Crimson may be up there. I just feel
Ragnar
like it's
Crimson
wild One
is
Piece
not.
Ragnar
Ragnar
Crimson
Crimson's
is
number
not?
20. Yeah. I was surprised too about that, Ragnar Crimson being number 20. But
What is another hard-hitting anime from this season? And it doesn't seem like they're biased into like shonen.
no, they're not. Trust me. I don't know if you're gonna get. You
Apothecary
may get.
Diaries, is it up there?
That's number 3.
Yeah, Apothecary Diaries. I saw a
I feel
trailer
like you're looking
come
this
out
up.
for it. No, no, I'm still here. But no, I saw a trailer come out for it,
Yeah,
where they redid a scene, so I figured it was pretty popular.
yeah. Apothecary Diaries number 3. Never seen it.
I already got JJK. Yeah, I haven't watched it either. Furin, JJK, Apothecary Diaries,
Eminence and Shadow.
Eminence Shadow. One more. Did I hit
Yep,
the
number
number one?
5.
Was one of those number one?
Yeah, 1. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen was number 1.
Okay, Jujutsu Kaisen was number one. The fact that Crimson is all the
Ragnar
way.
Crimson.
Yeah, Ragnar Crimson is all the way on number 20. Makes me feel like Kingdoms of Ruin isn't up there.
Kingdom of Ruins number 13.
13, yeah. Damn, what's another like off the wall anime that's coming out? Helk is pretty good, but I doubt it's up there. I'm
I
still
think
watching
Helk is number 41.
41. I've been really fucking with Helk, even though
Yeah,
it's
Hulk's
kind of
good.
slow, but it's good still. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
still
good.
good. It's moving along. Sheesh. Shangri-La Frontier.
Shangri-La Frontier is number 9.
Jesus Christ. I don't think I'm gonna get the last one. What is it?
So it's Spy Family season 2.
I haven't started Spy Family. That's probably why I didn't
Spy
get
Family season 2.
it. Dang,
Yeah,
I should have
so
got that one too.
yeah, so starting from 10. So number 10 is Berserk of Gluttony. Number 9, Shangri-La Frontier. Number 8, Goblin Slayer season 2. Number 7, Doctor Stone New World Part 2, Episode 12, subsection B. Number 6 is One Piece.
Number 6.
Number 5 is Spy Family. Number 4, Eminence and Shadow. Number 3, Apothecary Diary. Number 2, Frieren. And number 1 is Jujutsu Kaisen second
Dang, that's
season.
crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
We need to check out these sites. They might be some
The fact,
terrible sites.
no, look, Naruto Shippuden's top 40. All
I'm
right,
suing them for copyright. You said Naruto Shippuden is top 40,
top 40, number 39,
and it's
Yep.
not even active. Where do you get your information from? These sites are
I'm
suspect.
telling you, I'm pulling them from every site. Like it was like 12, or no,
Is it like one of
There's-
those
I was
top
looking
10
at number 12.
animes,
No, it's
IGN's top?
I pulled them
10.
from 5. Like I pulled it from at least 5 or 6 different
That's safe.
websites.
That's
And the only thing that was different, so the only one where I was telling you that number 3 was different. Number 3 on any trends is actually the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. Which is
I'm
weird.
familiar with it. I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I think I was looking at it when we were doing our trailers. But to kind of caveat off of that, One Piece being number 6, I'm okay with that. Wano is Wano is finally over. It did end with the last episode last night, so pretty awesome. We're done with that. I can understand why it probably dropped on the list this week or the past 2 weeks, because it's ending. It's the whole wrap up. People just saying goodbyes.
today-
Nothing exciting is happening.
Well, top 5 of today, One Piece is number 3.
Number 3, yeah, because it's
Yeah,
literally the
Apothecary
final
Diaries
episode.
is number 1.
The final episode came out last night, but we're now moving on to the next arc, the Egghead arc, and Egghead arc, and that's supposed to be coming out December 7th, I believe.
December 7th.
Yeah, December 7th. So that's going to be a pretty lit arc. All the culmination of all these different loose ends that have been left throughout all the arcs of One Piece are finally starting to get wrapped up. Finally starting to meet other ends. So
Yeah.
honestly, if it's time to catch up, Maui. If it's time to catch up, Maui, catch up now because
Look,
Egghead Island is about to
look,
be pretty
look,
fucking lit.
I'm enjoying the journey, you know?
Fuck the journey.
I'm enjoying the journey. Leave me
You're
alone.
supposed to meet us in
Alright?
Wano. Now you got to meet us at Egghead. Hurry up.
Look, so I mean, One Piece number 3. I mean, today is Apothecary Diaries, Spy Family season 2, One Piece, JJK, Shangri-La Frontier, and that's top 5 for today. So
Should I watch Apothecary Diaries? Like, there's a reason why it's up there. That's the reason why we watched Fearin', because it was like number 1 like 3 weeks in a row.
that is fair.
Yeah.
But it just sounds stupid. What
I
is
mean,
it?
it has
So
some really good animation from what I saw.
in the East is a land ruled by an emperor who consorts and serving women live in a sprawling complex known as Huanggong, the rear palace. Mao Mo. Is this Chinese? Mao Mo? An assuming girl is raised in an unassuming town by her apothecary father, never imagined the rear palace would have anything to do with her until she was kidnapped and sold into service. All right, moving on. Uh,
um,
um,
some really great animation, I'm sure.
moving on. Yeah, for the plot, right? You're watching
Just
that
for
for
the
the plot
plot.
today.
Gotta watch for the plot.
So I have a theory for you. It's kind of, and it's an AOT theory. It's an Attack on Titan theory.
You theorize since when?
So I don't. I dabble.
Dabble.
I dabble. So there's a theory rolling around that when Eren died, or as he died, well, it's kind of like a 2-in-1 theory. So the first one is when Eren died, he actually went back in time, and that's the first episode of Attack on Titan we watched. Or two, he knew everything that was going to happen the first episode, because the first glimpse of so the first ever episode of Attack on Titan we get is Eren waking up underneath that tree from a nightmare, and he's crying. Like, he starts crying. He gasps, like he audibly, like we see the camera zoom in, he's like and then he fucking starts crying a little bit, and then he like wipes his tears off, and Mika says, and then in that like dream, that fever dream we have, we get a scene where it shows Mikasa with short hair, but it's not like, it doesn't clearly show Mikasa, but it shows an older woman with shorter hair, and her back is like turned to Eren, and then it's like a quick little snapshot of it, and then it goes back to Eren as the kid, and then Mikasa and Armin run up to him, and they're like, "You okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine," and then they like go off and play, and that's the first episode of Attack on Titan. So the theory is, one, Eren, when he died because Mikasa killed him, he went back in time into that moment when he woke up. Like, he went back in time and pretty much, like, I wouldn't necessarily say, I guess, put his mind into it. It goes deeper. A lot of people have different subcategories of shit. Or he just knew, that the whole thing that we watched itself could be a dream. Like, was a dream. So we just watched season 1 through 6 of Attack on Titan, and it was all a dream.
I see what you mean there.
Yeah. It was all Eren's dream about the future.
Okay. That's fairly interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, I feel like it's already been stated that his connection into what's going to happen, like the whole timeline, started from when he kissed old girl's hand. The what's her name? The queen. What's the girl name?
Ymir?
Not Ymir. Ymir was the one who no, not Ymir. I'm talking about the Hysteria. Hysteria.
Historia.
Yeah, Historia. When he kissed her hand, when they finally made her the queen. When he finally realized everything. So I was going to say that, but the idea that he kind of saw the future and then kind of went back to that point in time, I fuck with it. It just kind of, only way you can really poke holes in is kind of the end, like the outro, kind of showing those scenes. It's like, maybe it's like time went on,
I like the idea that we just watched a dream.
Oh no, it's definitely lit.
Because he, like, the first scene we get, because to us that was unconsequential, that was like a little kid having a bad dream, whatever, cool. To us that was what, I mean, we were fresh Attack on Titaners, right? Like, we watched the first episode and we're just like, okay, let's see how this anime goes, and then however many years later we see all this shit and we're just like, fuck. And then going back to that moment, he woke up from a dream crying for no reason, and then we get a snapshot of a woman who's tall, or like a taller woman with short black hair, like Mikasa, and it's like, we didn't know who that was. We never got we never got any info on who that was. That was like not a thing to us. That was complete to us at that time. That was irrelevant until now, where we're just like, wait a second. Like, that's...
I mean, it's possible. It's been done in media before. I hate to make this reference, but Twilight. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Twilight movies, but the only movie that I actually thought was good was like the third one, where they had like the big battle, and you got to watch everybody dying, the vampires going at each other. Congratulations for knowing that. Part 2. But
part one was the third one, but whatever.
Was it?
No big deal. Yeah. Twilight, Eclipse and then Breaking Dawn 1 and
Okay,
2.
we're not about to have a conversation about Twilight.
Hey, look,
No one's
I know my
winning this.
Twilight.
No one's
Yo,
winning this one.
Deployment was a hell of a time. I don't know what to
Deployment
tell
was
you.
a hell of a time. But no, like they went through the whole thing where people were dying and like the vampires were just going at each other, and like pretty much the battle was supposed to end with pretty much everyone dying and only few
Yeah, they got
living
their
on
head
either
cut off and
side.
shit.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like the main villain, like the leader of the bad guys,
Yeah.
he was going to die in that battle, and then all of a sudden everything snaps back to the moment where they met eyes right before the battle started, and it was like,
Yeah.
you really want to do this? Do you really want things to play out the way you just saw? Maybe it's like the same thing for Eren. He finally snapped back to when he was a kid, and it's like, okay, with all this information you now know, is it still going to play out the same way? But again, he said it in his like when he was talking to Armin. I've tried every way. I've gone back over and over and over again. So that's a very valid theory. Like that could have been how he continuously kept trying and trying and trying. He always went back to that moment. It's
you never know.
Valid.
You never know that could have. This could have been one of the moments he went back to try it constantly, because time to him is not linear. Time is fluid. Like he can, like the past could be the future could be the past. Like time to him is nothing. So either this could have been when we first watched the show, this was one of those moments he came back to fix it, or two, I mean, you never know. Like people do crazy shit when they about to die. So like he may have been like, yeah, I can't do anything. This is how it's supposed to happen. But then right as he's about to die, like he could have been like, let me try one more time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been, he could have easily done that shit really quick before he got his head cut off, and just went back really fast just to see if he could fix it again. You know what I'm saying?
I'm giving them more ideas to continue the Attack on Titan anime.
What if they just drop
next season?
What if they just drop Attack on Titan season 7 part 1, and then it's like the exact same shit we just watched, and we're just like, this is actually so goated because he went back in time, and we're watching the same thing.
Level foreshadowing right there. There's going to be Attack on Titan Rebirth. That's going to be the name of it.
Yeah, and it's just the same fucking show we watched already.
He just changes. He changes some of his tactics.
We just see him a little bit more, because whenever, you know, like how they were always talking about how there's certain scenes where we can technically see Eren in those scenes as an adult, and you can if you go back. Like they just show him like a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more clear that he's actually
that he's actually there
watching all the events that were going. That would be actually kind of lit. Like maybe like an OVA of it. Not like a whole season.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I'll still watch it, but maybe not like a whole season.
I'd watch it. I'll watch 6 more seasons. I don't care.
But no, I really do fuck with that theory. It makes things a little bit more interesting. It adds another level of interest to it, another level of intrigue to it. Even if it's like completely bullshit, because honestly, like it playing out where he did die, and then like the time went on, like we saw in the ending credits. That's cool too. But it's really hard to kind of play off of that. But if it did go down that way, if that theory is actually legit, then they can play off of it. And again, we can be getting Attack on Titan season 7. So it's really whatever they want to do with it.
I mean, or we get the, that stupid thing where they showed the dog. They showed the dog Titan with like a normal person-sized Titan on the back of Eren. And then they compared it to the dog and the kid that were walking up to the tree at the very end of the show, and they're like, "This is the." Yeah, there's like, so because there's different iterations of Titans, right? Like there's different Beast Titans. There's like the Beast Titan where is the Zeke, where he's tall and hairy and looks like a monkey, and then there's like the dogs. There's like
dinosaurs too.
Those dinosaur Beast Titans. There's all types of Titans that are Beast Titans, and so people are like, "Oh, it's a Beast Titan," but this is the same Titan that. That it's the same dog as before. You know what I'm saying? So
hopefully not. Hopefully not, because Titans are supposed to be. I can understand if they want to like use that to spark Titans coming back, but don't come in with the Titans already being back. That'd be kind of weird.
All right, everybody. That wraps it up for our episode today. Be sure to check us out next week. Hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let us know your fan theory. We like theories. We like fan theories around here. So let us know if you got any theories coming out. We've been doing AOT ones a little bit, only because AOT obviously just, that final part's still, weighing red baby in the baby in the red sweater.
The red baby. I don't know
red baby, whatever. But we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Peace.